Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the chance given to me. First of all, please let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Yudi. I am a lecturer in study program Pendidikan Bahasa dan Sastra Indonesia, Fakultas Bahasa dan Seni, Universitas Negeri Medan. This morning, I would like to present my research entitled Study Development of Digital Teaching Material Support Online Learning During COVID-19.
This research entitled Study Development of Digital Teaching Materials Support Online Learning During COVID-19. In introduction sections, there is the background of the study. The first background of this research is the disruption era in education during the coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic has quickly involved all levels through the online learning process. The second background, the transitions is from face-to-face learning system to the blended learning systems, and currently it is being forced to use a whole online system that uses digital media, which has the potential to optimize a better learning environment. This research aims to describe the college's students' perceptions to the online learning carried out in the study program of Language and Literature of Bahasa Indonesia, Universitas Negeri Medan. The students' perceptions to the assessment of the learning quality carried out by the instructors become a concern as a first step in improving the implementation of learning process quality. And for the review of literatures, based on Koe Yao Tung, the characteristics of online learning. It is explained in 8 points. The first point is the teaching materials are presented in the form of text, graphics, and various multimedia elements. The second, the communication is carried out simultaneously and separately, such as video conference, chat rooms, or discussion forums. It is used to learn in a virtual time and place. The fourth, it can use various elements of CD-ROM based learning to improve the learning communications. The fifth, the teaching materials are relatively easy to be updated. The sixth, to increase the interaction between the students and the facilitators. The seventh, to enable the formal and informal learning communication. The eighth, it can use a wide variety of learning resources on the internet. And review of the literature based on Ramden P. 2003. Some of the learning keys in higher education in order to be effective. The first, the students interested in learning. The second, the appreciation and respect towards the student and their learning methods. The third, the accuracy in conducting the assessment and feedback. The fourth, the clarity of goals and interest in intellectual challenges. The fifth, the active control and self-development. It is also by Greitner Kinecki 2010. He explains there are three things that need to be completely related to the requirement for online learning. It is mentioned in the PPT. For the first is the teaching and learning process is carried out through an internet connection. The second, the availability of facilities for the students in the service such as printing, and for the third, the availability of tutorials in case of there will be any difficulties in the learning process. Well, the research methodology that is used in this research, the type of this research is an ex post facto research, where the researchers collected the data directly from the respondent through a data collection instrument. This research was conducted at the study program of Language and Literature of Bahasa Indonesia, Universitas Negeri Medan. The process of data collection is a very important stage in the research. The collected data will be used to answer the problem formulation in this research, that is finding out the percentage of the academic community needs for the development of digital teaching materials. The data obtained through interviews, questionnaires, and observations. The data analysis technique was carried out by using descriptive quantitative. So this is how we process the data. The results of the response percentage are transformed into qualitative data with criteria as shown in the table 1. So this is the data, the percentage in the table 1. The data results of the students' response then are analyzed in the percentage of response is more than or equal 61%. Then the implementation of online learning in the study program of language and literature of Bahasa Indonesia can be categorized as positive. And the result and discussions, broadly speaking, the data recapitulations of the college students' response can be sent in table 2 below. So this is the table of the result about the data. Yeah, here is the result. So based on the above analysis, it can be seen that the college students gave a very positive response to the implementation of the online learning at the UNIF Studies Program of Language and Literature of Bahasa Indonesia UNIMED. This indicates that the online learning increases the college students' motivations and increases the concepts, knowledge, and skills from the competency attainment standards in the subject taught by the instructors. Surely, the online learning in the COVID-19 pandemic can be said as conducted successfully, although surely there were various obstacles in the implementations of the learning. The research results showed that 81.6% of the college students' responses to the implementation of the online learning in the study program of language and literature of Bahasa Indonesia UNIMED was very positive. This data showed that in general, the online learning conducted during COVID-19 pandemic period from March to June 2020 was successfully implemented optimally. In addition, based on the analysis, it is revealed that the various obstacles arise include the fact that there are still a small number of the online learning process, and there is a strong desire for the college students to obtain various learning convenience in the current digital era, such as the presence of accessible teaching materials via their Androids. So that's all that I can present. Thank you for your attention.